I thought it was going to be recorded. Oops.
I think we're live.
We are.
I have filled this already.
Oh, perfection don't exist,
We're
y'all.
live. We're like really. Are we live? Okay, we're live. Why are you giggling?
Because I'm tickled. I am tickled. I'm tickled pink.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream today. So I'm looking down to make sure that things are okay.
Hey.
How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing well. I've been rolling. I've been integrating. I've been educating. I've been doing the damn thing. That's all I know. I feel great. I feel great. I was just in a 6-day immersion class, so I am feeling wonderful. Now I got a little bit of rest and messed up my wrist in the process, but it's holding strong. I got to be gentle with it though. So I'm great.
Mm. Well, as we wait for hopefully some people to come in, we want to say hello. This is our first time using StreamYard, and I don't know if this is going to be saved. I don't know if this is going to be recorded. If not, then we will likely have to re-record like the numerology for the year, because I think that would be good to kind of provide.
Yes.
So I don't know. I keep saying a lot.
Yeah. Let's look at check and see. There's a lot of people that started new with certain platforms, and there should be a record button. At least I would think so.
At least save the recording. Maybe it comes up after as an option. I don't know. But our intention is to we're here, we're showing up, we're celebrating us, and we're gonna just hop into it. So the order of events.
Or do you want to wait till a few more people come in, darling?
I will, but just in case it does record and I can save it, I'll continue on. So this is what you can expect from today. We're going to kind of have a segment where we get to know the host. I will do like a review of the year, kind of going over our top 3 videos of the year of 2025. Then the Warrioress Ardeshir A'ren is going to go into the numerology of the year, the universal numerology for 2026. Then we'll get into answering some questions. We have some questions that were submitted to us, so we'll go over those. And if we have anyone that has a question in the chat, we'll open it up to answering those questions that are posed to us in the chat as well. And then we will go into, I'll pull some oracle cards for those that want an oracle card that will kind of read into the energy for the coming year. And I'll tell you once we get to that point how to engage and be a part of the process and what have you. So with that, and I'm looking down at the video. Here. Okay.
Right.
Just checking the video. So get to know the host. My dear, I don't know what to do with this segment because she don't want to get to know me.
Oh, see, that ain't even right.
To ask me to get to know me.
Well, I'll pull some questions.
I think it's because she already knows me, right?
No, that's true.
Well, let me ask you this, and maybe we can play it in this way. Like, what is what is a question that you think someone would want to ask me if they didn't know me, based on what you know about me?
How one question is how did you become the oracle?
You asked me that in one episode.
I did, but don't nobody who knows, you know.
How did I become the? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by how did I become the oracle?
Or how did you know you're an oracle? Cause see, I like the movie what's your oh God The
Make,
Matrix. I love the Matrix. I love the Matrix. It 1 and 2 ain't bad either. I watched them all. Love them.
hmm.
And I love that oracle because she was joint, man.
So do you think I'm like the oracle in that way, from your
From what I
perspective?
know and from our interactions, mm-hmm.
Really? I guess I don't see myself in that way, on that level, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess for me, I'm just doing me. So
Yeah.
I don't, I don't look at it as doing something that other people can't potentially tap
But you
into.
just know because I can agree because see the thing of it is when you know what you know, you don't really look into it as that. But when somebody asks you, it's kind of that. It's just like if you ask me on album as well, I go back, I look at my life, and I look at what I have done to shift, and especially recently within the last year and a half of what I did that somebody said wasn't possible in my body. And so I own the epitome of alchemy and and how that could go and continue to grow in that and how you can shift and how you can do it. And you have to look at certain things in doing that because I've been doing all my life, but when you look at it now, and especially since my mother crossed over, it's even been a little deeper in what had to go to be and sit in this chair with y'all right now. And I continue to do that even after, what I just went through and ended. Was it the morning of the 11th? Yeah, because today's the 12th. So yeah, to get ready for this, a little bit of what we'll be talking about later. I want to try to go in there because my brain likes to kind of connect things. But yeah, to understand that of how you can transfer and not go back. There's no way I can go back. Now there's some energies that come up, and awareness is key. And once you have that, then you can be able to catch yourself, shift and change. So, and I didn't know the hell that my spirit is gonna say you've been the alchemist. So I'm gonna sit in it with
What was
grace
the
and love.
question? What was the question again? How did I know that I was the oracle?
Yeah, something like that. Kind of what I just played off with
I
me.
will say, I would say I realized people experience me as that because people expressed that that was their experience of me. Because I think it goes back to kind of what you were kind of alluding to is like,
Mhm.
I'm just doing me. I don't know anything other than to just be as I am. I
Right,
will
right.
say that I've had, like, my mom has been like the greatest person, like the most important person from childhood, essentially, where she always encouraged me to be me, even though she would just be like, I don't know why this child is like this. She's not like me, but that's okay. Um, and I think
Word.
because too, I have a brother that's older than me. He's 9 years older than me. And he was on some F around find out type energy. Like he was just very much like, let's set stuff on fire to see what happens, right?
Yep.
So when I came, I wasn't burning stuff up. So my mom was like, she's not burning stuff up. She's not like tearing the house up or like escaping. I know where she is, it's fine. If you want to play in the dirt all day and like dig stuff up and like play with the insects and things of that nature, go forth. It's not
Yep.
what I want to do. So I think it's just kind of that. I had that support as a child
Mm-hmm.
that I was able to connect to my innate self. Did I have experiences as outside of that little bubble that made it much more challenging or made me question if I should be that way?
Right.
Absolutely. I would hide. I hid a lot of things away that I realized that other people told me was weird, or it just didn't feel safe to be
I
me.
feel you.
To
Yeah,
be
I feel that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I felt that too. I don't really think I was understood, but knowing what I know from my ancestors, my mom and her mom, was they didn't understand how I wasn't more like them, but I'm more like them than they realized in some sense. But I wasn't, that girl. I just had a lot of energy, and I don't like. Some people say, "Oh, I'm tomboy." I don't like that term, and I don't think I liked it ever. I am just the woman that I was, that just happened to do things that they thought were just to be, or just for the boys and for the things like that, and and just transformed. I liked everything, and I think I know something about myself is that I can get bored easy. So I became really good in different sports because my brain likes to involve a lot of different things, and can master a few, or if not more than that. We just don't give credit to the brilliance of our brain.
Mm,
Um,
hmm.
uh,
No, that's a good.
and you can shift that. You can alchemize all of that, which will come up with one of the questions that I'll speak about that looks like our audience wanted to know about. So, but yeah, here's another question for you. Most, I think that somebody want to know is how, in the oracle, how does your day flow? How does your day flow?
Um,
Oh, mine is
that's
shifting.
an interesting question. So it doesn't look the same every day. This is how my day flows. Is I I have realized that I don't do well getting up really fast. So I it takes me a long time to wake up. It takes me a long time because I really feel like I've gone somewhere in my because I have the wildest ass dreams. Like
Oh,
wild dreams. And sometimes they're so wild I wake up and I'm like, wait, was that real? Am I back in my body? So I'm trying to get my bearings a little bit when I like come out of that state of sleep. So it's very slow. I don't want to talk to nobody. Um I'm kind of I guess I can come I'm grumpy. That's what people say. I seem very grumpy when in the morning sometimes. So that's how my day starts. Um I do some type of spiritual practice to ground into my breath and to really reconnect with myself. So that may be like journaling. Doesn't look the same every day. I'm not gonna lie. Like journaling some days. In the summertime, I go outside in the morning and I go say hi to the bumblebees. That's like my thing. I love doing that. And I'll go water the garden and talk to like the plants out there. So for me, and I think we kind of have talked about this like a couple weeks back, I don't start work before 10 a.m.
mm-hmm.
And so based on if I'm working or if I'm not, the day looks different. But I will tell you,
This is a reminder.
uh, hi girl.
She showed up, and you know what's so funny about that? And I pressed the wrong button. Is that I was wondering if she was about to come up while we were speaking,
Mm, what
because I almost said this other thing. Well, actually, I'm gonna get it done when we're done. So I did hit the right button because it will be done tonight.
okay.
So
Summarize your question. A
sure.
typical day is just slow mornings where I just spend time with myself as best as I can, and even the people that are in the household that I live in, they're very respectful of that. So I may say like good morning or what have you, but it's usually that's it. They know like we not having no conversations or about. And then work wise, I don't start sessions before 10:30 in the morning, and then depending on the day of the week, I have different type of sessions for different days, and I will tell you that I've studied, well, I haven't studied, but I've been with people who have studied human design, and they're really good at like evaluating me and telling me my design type.
Oh.
But when I learned that my design type is a projector type, and projector types really need a lot of sleep, I was like, yes. And we
Yeah.
live in a world that's very manifesting that other type that's always do. We get, because I think you're a projector too. You're a
Yes.
projector too. We get really tired very easily. We're very energetically sensitive, and so we need a lot more rest, a lot more time. So I actually have built into my schedule periods where I'm like, yeah, this week I ain't doing nothing. Because like right now, I am taking a break from taking one-on-one clients because I needed a break.
Yeah. We all need that. That comes up a lot. I mean, I hadn't been honoring that, but I realized, and then just going back and going way back to one of my bestest friends' wives, which we are similar, said something about not listening to spirit and getting up at the time in the morning. And I'm telling you, if you don't do it, it's a pain. So it's like if you don't rest and do the things that the natural, like I've talked to you about, just a little second inkling, it's not good. And I don't really like laying down because it feels like I'm not doing anything I'm supposed to be doing. And the doer. And this being, I learned how to be, and I think I've come more to honor that. And after this class, that I allowed myself to rest yesterday because my hand swelled up so bad it was gonna bust. But because I wanted
That was crazy.
my integration, yeah, it's I'm still watching the fingers now, but um and I was not going to be denied what I was there for, and endure the pain that I endured. And I understand that it was about me. And so yeah, to allow rest to happen. And right now, with the way that the atmosphere, I mean, the atmosphere is moving pretty fast, y'all. A minute is not a minute anymore. It's actually 30 seconds. So it's even maybe less than that. Nothing but like our ancestors said, when you get older than that, I'm talking to younger people then I'm getting the same message. So yeah, basically, if you would have said that to me back in the day, I feel like I had 48 hours in the 24-hour day and slept half of that day on most occasions without a problem.
Mm.
Um, and got so much done, including peace, hanging out with our fox terrier Chihuahua, going to school, doing that, playing sports, doing some of these things, and having my woosah time that I felt it sometimes that felt like it was only, but it wasn't. It was that time that I needed to myself after being out with, some of our peeps. I just didn't realize it then. And then as kids, we figured this and that, but we had to understand the differences of us, as we come into this world, and to be okay with that. Um, so yeah, so just honoring that. And we've talked about it with some of our coach, especially with the live, is about being and stop doing. Because we can do a lot, but honoring just expressing and being. And that's what I had to do and not freak out. Today was a little bit different because I busted my computer. Well, I didn't bust it because we talking on it, but we got it fixed, and I had to woosah because because it was acting a fool and I couldn't set up to go with the Geek Squad. So she did one thing and it figured out. I said the touch screen is something going on, and it is. So you know, just, I mean, it's the little things. We think everything has to be so big, and it really doesn't. You know, it's the little things that hit so hard, y'all, versus anything else. And we think everything got to be there. Everybody looking for significance. All we got to do is come within. You are the bomb. You are that already. And once you understand that, you won't be seeking it from outside. However, whatever reason the spirit wanted me to share that in this moment.
Mm. So I think we have some other questions on here that'll.
Oh, what you was gonna ask me since we're in there? I know we need to get in and review the year, and
yeah, we do, but there's a question on here that I want you to. I don't know, because I'm like,
ask me.
Okay, what question would I ask if I didn't know? You're just such like a contradiction. That, like, if people didn't, I think people would look at you and make so many assumptions about you, and they're all wrong. Most of them, some of them are right. Like your pimp vibes, I think, yeah. We've had that conversation. Listen, y'all, because I'm gonna say this because I'm not entirely sure. No one's watching right now, and I don't know if it's gonna be like saved. But I feel like in a past life, she used to be a pimp. Okay, and she hasn't denied it. Like, I don't know what to say to that. So the question that
against the rest, like Bonnie.
So I'm just gonna so the question that I would ask, based on what I just said, like, what is one thing that people assume about you that when they get to know you, they're like, oh, okay.
Ooh. Well,
he's like, I'm just being me.
That's all I can say. That's all I can say. The assumptions, I very much own every part of me.
Like, you surprise people where people, have you ever had feedback where people will you notice the pattern that people say this a lot when they first meet you?
I've had people say, oh God, I hate to use that term. But I think it's the way that I carry myself. And a lot of people, it's like I had and I honored the person I was because I understood the uniform that I was in, which that question's come up. I don't know if I want to go there just yet, but at some time, I don't think I was ever projected being mean, so that didn't come up a lot. I'm trying to say there been some people who said they were scared of me, but I think it's because they didn't know my persona, and how I walk in the world. It's pretty much have said, what is some of I had some people adopt me, that I was just successful. And see, I had divine success is something different than most people, but I understand that that is true, just not at the level that I desire and that I will achieve now, because I have to understand that we have a lot of limiting beliefs that get in the way. So, a lot of people have really said, that's kind, giving. Some people kind of notice the spiritual, but I will tell you that one of my chief of police knew about my giftedness, and then something came up, and I also had sensed something about what it shared with me about someone who had a protection aura on them, and I sensed that this person was going to show up, and they actually did, which was interesting. And so I showed up, they saw they went out, so I had to make a move because they violated it. And then I had something where I would see stuff that most people wouldn't see, and he liked me on the cameras. Now I don't like to sit still, so I like to move around, but I could see stuff and sense stuff, and even had a situation where somebody's car thought their car was stolen, but it wasn't. And right then and there, I told them that it wasn't, and I didn't even hesitate. And it wasn't. It had been taken by a relative and used for a particular time and thought they was going to get it back in time. So there's been some just other things and at night and things of that nature. And for somebody to pick that up and not think twice about it was very enlightening, especially from you know, in that capacity. And to notice things and to pick up on things and to catch things. And the one thing I did is I had a lot of people, they have since crossed, that kind of adopted me, have met my mama. Um, and they always called for me. Oh, look at what it did. I don't like being on this.
Yay. Sorry.
So
That was
and called for me. So it was a humbling and very warmness that I felt. And I know that I've got into how to kind of be, and because of things that happen, it's not so much control. I do like order. Um, and I still like to have fun. I'm a child at heart, in my own capacity, and things of that nature. And then sometimes I just like to, you know, be in silence. I don't sit still much, but sometimes I blast the music. I have my own parties, and I can have them with whoever want to have a party, and then just go there. Just so, but most of the time it's just you know, just the kindness and to be able to see things that I couldn't see. And also I learned how to drive a van without a seat.
Yeah, I've been in cars like that too as a child.
No, it's because our veteran, their people would park in the striped area, and he had electric chair that's set up so he could drive
Mhm.
without the seat and that. And so he taught me how to back his vehicle out. And I mean, I had to squat. So you want to talk about having strong legs and that and all. I had to squat and put the foot on the gas and without a chair now, and back this vehicle up so he could get his chair in. I've done it. I had to do it more than once. So just the kindness and just the love to give, because it's an earned respect. You have to realize that you're still a human being, just doing a service that you would probably want to have the same with you. And even when people got out of hand, um, I could just just kind of feel them, and I use my mouth. I don't like putting hands on people unless I absolutely had to. And most of them respected that and came back and came and said something to me, but and I love that. Some people know that they wild out sometime.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I have another fun question that I'll ask when we get into like the Q&A part.
yeah.
All right. So now we want to kind of go over like our top 3 videos of this year.
Yes.
And
That's my signature, frequency number. You know that, right?
yes, I do. I was there. Literally was there. Why I can't ask you questions to get to know you, because I know way too much. And I probably don't need to ask questions that you don't state the answer without the question. But
Yeah.
so should we go from the number 1 to number 3, or number 3 to number 1?
Okay, number 3 to number 1.
Okay, it's interesting you say that, because we actually have 2 videos that have tied for number 3. So in no particular order, at number 3, we have our video entitled "The Pain We Hide, the Power We Hold. Let's Get Real About It." And so this episode is about how we as Black women navigate love and power and identity in ways the world often ignores.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about the struggle of dating while Black. Oh, this is the one I think where you thought you said a sentence and you didn't. You remember that?
Oh, 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 Lord, Lord, Lord. Yeah, I was holding back.
Oh shit! Why that is the most. It's pinned on our Instagram page. I go and watch it when I need like to laugh. I'm sorry, but it's so funny. Um, so we talk about the struggles of dating while black, colorism, and societal expectations. Um, yeah, because we talked about racial discrimination in retail, generational trauma that still shapes safety, identity, and self-expression today.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. What do you remember about that episode? We've done so many episodes. You know, we've done like over 50 episodes.
That's amazing. We were kind of talking about relationships a little bit, and
That was funny.
it would depend on the question because I know it has something to do with a former. It
We
was
were
a good thing.
talking about you. Do you remember? Do you remember what you were struggling to say?
Yeah, it has something to do with my former relationship spouse.
See, even right now, she can't even say it.
But it was a good thing. It's just,
I
you
mean,
know,
I don't know. I think if I was your former spouse, Are you all on good terms? I'm all in business right now. You're
I mean, I'm kind of private to a degree. So,
y'all are exes for a reason. Is it
uh,
exes for a reason? Leave it there. Move on.
yeah, that was a beautiful person, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful human being.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I might have an own right, and I realized some things about what we hold, what we haven't expressed, what we haven't let go of, what we bring into relationships, not speaking, not being able to share the very things that ought to be shared, even from our backgrounds and things of that nature. And one of our friends that said something she didn't know in reference to my father. I mean, he said, I mean, it wasn't something that came up for me, but one of our boys who's passed because we were in Vegas and they got to meet him, and so it was like that's one of our homeboys from the hood, from across the street and stuff. And so it was a good time. I mean, I got to travel a little bit, and I learned some things. So it's about what you learn, and it was just unfortunate of some reactions and things that I realized because of my background, with loss and being. And I've learned so much. This last 6 days have been amazing. So woo, or 7 now, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so yeah, it was interesting. I would have to get back to the context to look at it again. But yeah, I remember because you was like, oh, you said something, but you ain't say nothing at the same time.
It was like I think you thought you said a sentence and
I
you
know, but I did
it
say
was like it did it did it did. I was like, wait a minute. Think you're saying like words are not coming out of your mouth. It was just the strangest thing to see. I've never seen that happen.
what I like is that
And no,
I get to respect who I am, my feminine, my energies, both my feminine and masculine energies, and I think what came up from ancestral was trying to balance them ever since I was a little girl, and I honor more so than I ever have been able to allow to happen because of things. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
we all have it, and I've had to be that strong person, but I will allow. I don't have a problem letting some, and just like coming off of these days, I gave so much credit to the males, and something happened. Um, oh God, was it the day before? It was so powerful with the men in the room, just so freaking powerful. I mean, I felt it because it's one of my core values. But what they did and how he set that up was unexpected, was amazing, and some of the things that I did with them and having them in the room and being able to share and honor and mix it up. Of course, I had different outfits on. Of course, I dressed up for you. What was it? The 10th? Yeah, I did.
Of course you did.
So, yeah, I did for graduation. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, just amazing, and have to understand, and people, men really need to get a hold of their. I have to say their testosterone level. They just have to be able to control that to a degree, and understand that they have feminine, masculine energy. And if you're in a health relationship and you're treating your woman in such a way that is the feminine side of you, of doing certain things that people think are the manly, but it's a combination of both, and standing in both energies in such a way that it looks different for each sex. And we know that the energies have nothing to do with the fact that you're female or male. It's just in the feminine energies, loving is the reason why we needed it to run a country, and people just didn't get that shit. No heat or no judgment, just keeping it real with you. You know, so yeah.
So the next episode that was tied to number 3 was the one. It was a bonus episode of from the episode No One Says Hi Anymore.
Oh yeah.
This
Oh, so you
particular
were in the
one,
first one. Yeah, we were dealing with film how women work. So yeah, that one. That's come up just recently on I'm tied to this and it's all over. And I found with other ladies that I got to get back with on something, because I can't wait on people because I need to take care of business. Who's on this here thing, because she grew up in the neighborhood and now is doing something where they're acquiring property, doing all this stuff, and she's on this. I'm not on the app yet, but it has to do with everybody connecting in the neighborhood. And one lady was just talking about this same thing, about
what?
people not speaking or saying. And I mean, she just, I would have to pull that one up. And it's, I forget what the name of this is, but it's how you stay in kind of contact with your community. I think I don't know what area it was, but I think somebody just saw a coyote. I think that was more of a wolf though, because he looked more like a dog as a coyote. Well, he could have been a coyote. He
Oh
don't
my
look.
gosh, this is super random. But have you seen the video with the raccoon that broke into the liquor store?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, okay, you're gonna have to forward me that. That's gonna be
I can
interesting.
find it. I
Raccoons
saw
or
it on
something
the
else.
news. The news showed it. The local news showed it. There's like this early morning news program. They showed it. I was like,
I'm not surprised. Raccoons or
laid
something.
out on the floor. I think he was near the toilet, passed out. Like, in the store was just
I
trash.
wonder if he got something to drink.
He was drunk.
He was drunk.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came up for me.
I have to show you. I have to show you. I have to see if I can find it. I'm sure you can.
Okay.
Everybody's talking about it.
No.
Because it's literally like, wait, is that real? Or
Well,
is that
I've been away from the world for intense several days. Matter of fact, 7 straight actually.
So this actually is an extension of the full episode where we did talk about it, and it was a topic that was brought to your attention of interest for us to talk about. And so
yes, somebody asked us. Yeah.
So the bonus was more popular. I mean, listen, I don't always understand why things are what they are, but this particular one talks about performative greetings and how the exhaustion of constant peopling, and we really talked about what does it mean to build authentic community in a time when so many people feel disconnected. So we're kind of talking about how people may be not saying hi anymore because we were saying hi when it really wasn't authentic. Because here in the South, there's performative speaking.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
We don't see you. So how is that a real, like, it's just not real.
Well, I'm trying to make eye contact. I like eyes, so I
Sometimes
like.
you don't. But see, sometimes you don't have. You just can't do that too in a busy city either. You know, you
Well, I
have
mean,
to
we
like
grew up in a
try to
busy
cross the
city.
street or because people are just. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it is what it is, and I
Well,
think we could do a little bit better as a community, slowing down.
I agree. Oh, I've been saying that for years. We need to slow the hell down.
But I think because we're moving so fast, you don't have the capacity to see anything around you. So how do you have the opportunity to say hello to someone in a way that gives you the time or the space? Because a lot of people, like even to the
Well,
point where I speak to people, they're already gone. They've already gone to the by the time I even say good morning or hello.
I just spoke to somebody while I was out. She actually said hi, and I'm like, I really think we ought to say hi to one another. I
And I
mean,
just
but
don't take it personal. I also too. That was
well,
something that came up in this is like
I think the big city has got away from going, and not acknowledging. Yeah, we've got away from just love. I mean, just the
yeah.
honor, just to say, I mean, hey, you exist. But see, I knew that this wasn't when somebody asked me to speak up, and it still came up. Like I said, what is it next door? And I think that's the thing. And it just came up again. So, it's out there and they're like, what's wrong with people? And we are off somewhere else. We are not present. We're not present. Not present by, not present this, how we drive going here. And I'm like, and half of the time when somebody's driving, they get stopped somewhere or they run the red lights. Now, like I tell you, you have to be very careful. But I mean, just to honor and say hi, it's like, I see you. I see you. I see you. Um,
I agree. And I do that when I'm in community with my people. And I think
that's why I really try to speak. And I'm like, you need to say hi to me.
but I think
I'm not
it
like that.
kind of like it's making me realize that we have these false simulation of being in community. Like going to the
Right.
grocery store is not a community or communal experience in some at some stores. Like it's like going to Kroger versus going to like Publix.
Mm-hmm.
You've been to Publix. Um,
I have. I
but
have been to
Publix
one.
is very different. Even going to Sprouts or Whole Foods is
Ain't
very
Publix the one with the pig?
no, that's the Piggly Wiggly, honey.
Oh God, yeah, I like that. I saw that up
No,
in
I ain't gonna lie, the Piggly Wiggly will be like, "Hey, honey, how you doing today?" Like,
I know. I was up
everybody
in
knows everybody
Wisconsin.
has energy. It's
I
and
was
everybody knows
surprised.
everybody at the Piggly Wiggly. Okay.
I was surprised because I used to see the Piggly Wiggly on the movies and stuff. And so I was surprised that there was one up north. It was in Wisconsin. And I had a
Of course,
blast.
it's
And
gonna be in Wisconsin. I
I'm
love the
like a little
Piggly
kid. I'm like a little kid at the Piggly Wiggly grocery store. I seen
Yeah,
that.
I agree with the Piggly Wiggly. We didn't really
Yeah, I
shop.
have been to Publix, so there's no doubt I've been to Publix down there. I've been to
Publix,
Publix in
for
Florida
those
because
that may not
Publix is
know
in
what
Florida.
Publix is, I do want to say that Publix is they have very it's like okay, I'm not gonna say that because that going to Publix they have standards where they greet people. They it's just it's just higher standards. Customer service and the customer is very centered, very focused when you go to Publix.
It
And
used
you
to be that like
and
that
the
in the back in
prices
the day.
cost more. Versus
Yeah.
like going to Kroger, girl.
We used to have Kroger's up here, but I don't see
Kroger,
now. We do
and I will say it depends the neighborhood that you're in, but it's not a
agree.
consistent experience. Whereas I
Agree.
can go to Publix in any Publix that I have ever been in is always the same. I can go to the Kroger in all of those different neighborhoods and it's going to be a completely different experience.
So that's their company mission. Yeah, to
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
And so because of that, they also pay their employees a lot more, but they have higher expectations of them.
yes.
And like if you have an employee in Publix and they see you in the aisle, I think I think they've been trained to, like, if you see a customer in the aisle, ask them if they need anything, or just like you recognize them. Like, hello, how are you doing today? Because
Yeah, I miss that.
you
I
want
miss
them
that.
to know that you appreciate that they're in the store, because if they don't come and shop, they don't get paid.
Well, that's true. But you can be authentic in that. I mean, it's just like, I mean, when I'm talking to people, I really mean, and when I say how I really want to know, or how you doing, fine, this or that and the other, you know, you say I'm having anxiety day. I say, well, I hope you be better. I hope you be better later. You know, but I mean, oh man, yeah, that's the nature of our coming into the world and existence is love. I said love is our only solution. You know, that was my quote in Switch too. To come say, she say our captain is like, hey, what is it? And that's it. It's still that. I have it on my emails. I'm not playing because it is. It is. People, I think we talked about what love is, and I mean, I mean, if you tap into your heart, we go in the gutter sometimes. That ain't love. That's lust. But there's a difference, and you can have love and lust, but it's still different. You know, period. So in honoring each other, serving. If I had the guys walk me out to my car at the dark, you know, I'm all for that shit. Take me, walk me to my damn car. I don't care. You doggone straight. If it's anything go down, then it's at least two of us. So I'm just saying, no, I just honor that. I mean, so much so, I just, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, thank you, baby. So, yeah, I'm good. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we love is our only solution. We need to come back to it quick, quick, quick. With the kindness, with the, I mean, the generosity, just the, you know, you see somebody. It's just like, here's the difference. I think I mentioned I was going down one of our main drags over in a suburb that just surround where I grew up, which was one of the heights, and so I'm coming down in my Jeep, and this guy, he stumbled, he fell. So I really could have got my vehicle up because of the type of SUV it is, get up on the ground and got him by park because I wanted to get out because of the way we drive around here, and got up to him. And the one thing he said, I didn't think nobody cared. And that hit me. That hit me hard. And I'm like, and he was all right. Then he got across and he got a street and went over on the planes. And so yeah, I checked on him, but he got up before I was able to help him. And in his shoes and walked. And so, but you know, I told him why I do. Well, he knew somebody did. Um, and I just couldn't let it go. So yeah.
Well, I think it
And you
goes
used to
back
do it back in the
to,
day.
and
Hmm?
this will kind of go into like the number 2 episode too.
Okay, wonderful.
Um, but the community, the sense of community. So the number 2 was COVID released the loneliness contagion.
Oh,
And this one really hit people really quickly. Because I think re-released, like, this is like from 2 months ago. But it talks about, so this particular one, we talked about how the real pandemic, it wasn't the virus, it was loneliness that it
yep.
left behind. And we also talked about how people responded to this contagion very differently.
Yeah.
I think it goes
Yeah.
back to the previous episode that we were talking about community,
Hmm.
is that I feel those people that had a sense of community leaned into that community because they had it there, they felt it there, versus those that were disconnected from their community before COVID even hit. So,
Yeah. Even the children, the kids too. Um,
but see, it
that
goes
was
back
different because
to community.
the parents had to
The
shift.
community was huge because I remember hearing a friend of mine talk about her kid's school. All the parents got together and really wanted to ensure that the parents that still had to work
Mm-hmm.
that their kids weren't left behind, or they created like schedules and like, hey, we can rotate
Wow.
who has the kids to like do online schooling. They set up like play dates as well, because they
Mm.
realized the kids were missing that
Mm.
connection and interaction. And
I
so,
don't know.
and then I've heard where in I saw this online, I don't remember where it was, but it was a smaller community where they all like quarantined together.
Okay, 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 okay.
So the parents, and one of the things was, in this particular one, like all the parents had to work from home. So the kids were at home and the parents work from home, and they rotated who would be responsible for taking care of the kids. I even think it got to the point where some people felt more like there was some parents that were like stay at home, and they were like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
fine, like kids can come over here and I can make sure that they're doing their schooling. And then I think there was someone else within, and it was all on this street in this cul-de-sac.
Mm.
They were
Okay.
all quarantining together. The kids were playing outside. They were having dinners together and things like that. And they still do it. They do it
Amazing.
once a month still to this day.
I don't know if that happened here, but that sounds amazing.
But
Yeah,
it just highlights the differences in people's connection to their communities,
I
and
agree.
the need and the power for that community, because like loneliness is only getting worse, especially with AI.
Mm. Yeah, it's about we gotta learn. It's about how do you utilize that? Because yeah, I mean
But
that's
that's
the
the
key to
thing.
that.
It's just like with alcohol. I
Uh,
don't drink alcohol. You know how I use alcohol? I use to make tinctures and herbal remedies.
mm-hmm,
Some
mm-hmm.
people use it to get to a state of no longer being cognitive or present in their life. And
Well,
there's
people
in
who
between.
yeah,
That's like the two like extremes of it.
yeah, agreed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I never understood. I ended up. I can probably count the times because I don't like that feeling. I don't know why anybody would do it on purpose. I can't wait till the weekend so I can get drunk. I'm like, whoa.
Because
And
they
whoever says this to know me, I don't get because I definitely understood it
you
because
never
I know
understood it.
well I do. I just know how awful it feels. So I just, of
That just goes to show you when someone is so, but even, and you
course
know
I
this,
understand.
and like as as the amazing person that you are, and the
No heat,
work that
no
you,
judgment.
you do and are continuing to do, and working and helping support people who are in that state of suffering,
That's true. Very
is
true.
how,
No heat and no judgment. Of course I get it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's just weird to hear it said it, and then I just know the recuperation from it is awful. It's just awful. It's awful, awful,
but that's why you
awful.
have a lot of people who never ever get to that space of recuperation. They're always like upping, they're a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah, yeah. We had a yeah.
I don't really, and that's why I don't particularly drink. I don't like the way it feels when I
Yeah.
drink afterwards. And sometimes I don't like the way it makes me feel during drinking too, depending
Hmm.
on what it is.
Yeah,
Um,
it's different for me, but yeah, my goddaughter's kind of like that too. But we shared her reasons, and she might have a little bit of something, but it don't take much, about a quarter of a glass
oh wow.
for a
I mean,
little while.
it's not.
She be messing with me because my stuff that I think is good, but I forgot that the percentage is like pretty pretty up there. I'm lowering it right now, but I
That's
can take it or leave it. I just enjoy the taste. I know that red wine in my research, my intense research at the cellular level. Now people say that it's this, that, and the other. Like I said, I can take it or leave it, but if the desire comes in this and that, sometimes it's very very cleansing. So, but I just know it in a different in a different respect. I probably was supposed to ask him, but I won't have another tomorrow just because of what happened this week with my wrist and what I had to take. But yeah, so yeah, it's that overflight. Most of us have somebody in our family, and it just is what it is in the moment, and it can all shift at any time that you choose. But yeah, but community, but I think a lot of us that get in that is because we miss community, and then we get into what the domestication said we have to be in our men and some of our women, how we have to roll, how we have to be, other than truly walking in the innate authenticity that we are, you know, and sitting down and looking at, some of the shadow stuff, the good things about us, the not so good, and understanding how they both can mix and work in our world. And nobody can make us happy but us. That's been fucking proven, you know. Um,
It's our
shit.
responsibility. It's our responsibility. Okay. I'm looking at the time here. So we're going to wrap this up. And the top one was our very first episode that we ever did, talking about spiritual warrior training and spirituality meaningless. I don't think we need to go into that episode. That's the whole point of having this channel. So,
yay. Yep. Go check it out. It's the first one, y'all. It was
thank
good.
you all so much for watching any of our videos, whether it's the videos, the long form content, or even the shorts. The shorts are super popular, actually, more so than our videos, which makes sense because of how people are kind of socialized these days.
Yeah.
It's all
Short
over.
and sweet, attention span. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So with that, we're going to go into numerology. We're going to give the Warrioress, let's say, 10 minutes to talk about the numerology for the coming year for 2026.
Oh wow. 2026, y'all. And right now, like today is one of these days. I'm gonna start from right here because today is one of those days. So 2025, this is a 9 year. This is all about kind of looking at what it is that you want to take in, because whatever you go into 2026 with is gonna hang around with you for 9 years. So 2026, I got my notes and I ain't afraid to use them. And so, oh shit, just made an avalanche here.
Use your papers. They were like, okay, we're all in.
I mean, it's a year to already know. It's gonna mark a brand new meaning to a new 9 year collective cycle. So, you have to think of it that it's gonna be this new game that you're playing and the button is being pushed because it's a 1 year. So it is what you plant here that you're gonna take in to this next cycle. Most people are feeling this energy, right before you understand it. So you have this job here. So it's a universal 1 year, which spiritually means identity activation. So when you're looking at it, and I just realized that through everything that I just did and how I'm standing in, because it's very important to like know who I am. Who are you becoming or who you are? I've already, I can say I've already became. And it's been true. Who are you becoming? That's the question you might want to look at. What are you ready to get rid of and drop that doesn't serve you anymore? Because if you don't get rid of it, you're going to take it into another. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And how do I want my life to look? How do you want your life to look? This energy is going to push you to reclaim a sense of self. Not your ego mask. We be talking about that because the ego is one of the things that I really, really talk about and you want to stand in, because I've mentioned authenticity before, and build it on the next decade of your life starting now. You want to, you got to. Today is the time. if you're seeing this and you're still in 1212, when you see this or whatever, and extend it into the early part of tomorrow, Saturday, whatever, is to what is it that you want to set in motion that you definitely don't want to take into your 1 year. And so, yes, because it will set in and you're going to go through this same awful cycle that ain't serving you. Cause you pain, causing this is like, why haven't I gotten what I've gotten? Because you need to stand in who you truly are to get it. It won't happen overnight, but it will be worth it. So this is the prime year for launching new paths, for setting new intentions, for ending long-standing stagnation. I'm clearing out some stuff, and as I do it, and whatever I take in there, know that I have started the process of finishing out what I've started. So I am not carrying that energy into 2026. And taking risks to align with your true energy, the true nature of you. So the universe doesn't wait in the 1 year. You know, people who risk the change, you will feel the friction. And I'm telling you, it's not going to feel good. I know that to be a fact. And people, you know, will feel who lean into that momentum. This other thing is this is about personal power. Personal power, personal power, personal power. You know, self-responsibility, tapping into yourself, the energies of leadership. We all have that in us. No more hiding. Come and step out, bring yourself out into this 1 year, because this is all about new beginnings of what you don't want to take from this last 9 years into this year. you know to stop outsourcing your power to teachers, readers, pushers, partners, or circumstances. It's about you. Now I'm going to get into the ego renewal. So it's not about ego death, because it's just about reassignment, because you can't get rid of your ego. This is a year that needs to, rewrite the inner structures within. It's like being aware of your ego, because the ego is this protective force. And I just told mine, what I do tell her yesterday, yes, thank you for being here. I only need you, like if somebody coming up on me, or if I'm in some other word that we need you. Other than that, I don't need your limiting beliefs about who I am, how I was, or what happened in my past. The past got to be let go. We can't concede into, because it's not happening right now to you. There's nothing happening to you. Everything is happening for you. And whatever is happening back then was happening so you can align and become and be your best person right now. And I can tell you some shit, and we all have been through some, excuse the expression. And I've looked at and see how I've chosen to allow it to make me a better person, even though I couldn't imagine that my life because whatchamacallit mentioned that, because our mentor mentioned that, is oh my God, I done forgot what it is now. Your life path, what is it? What is it? Come on, help me. Um your
Number?
life, no, the path, that I couldn't recognize, even when DVG told us that that I would take myself through some of the experience that I've been through to get me where I am now. My soul contract. That's a whole other story, y'all. But the soul contract is what you actually have been through to get you here. Now, how you choose to allow that to uplift you is a choice. So you want to get rid of those. This is why you shift and reassign. You want to get rid of old narratives about your worth, and that's what I mentioned. Those beliefs, that your capability and identity rise to the surface. Rise up. Come on, we talk about this. The outdated personas. You need to crack open the mask. All the stuff we've done to protect us. We safe. We stand in our power and get more aligned with your sense of self, your self forms. And so now we have it that is going to start over, a spiritual blank page for you. So collectively 2026 is the wipe out it wipes the energetic slate clean. So this is where you need to get rid of stuff now, so you don't take it and have that clean slate for 2026. Because this is going to be a different setup these next 9 years of how you want to do this. You'll feel more excited. You want and overexcited and disoriented. In a sense that you'll feel both. So your intuitive ones will know this. So if you stand into your intuitive, you're gonna feel some unfamiliar parts, new desires, old goals no longer feeling right. And they're not feeling right for a reason. In a pull towards unfamiliar directions, which I learned to step into uncertainty. I know certainty, but I step into uncertainty in order to get to what it is that I desire, because the company ain't got me there. And and it isn't confusion, it's just alignment. Shit. That's from 4 years ago? I have the alignment right over there on that thing that was hanging around my neck that my soul chose. My captain was pretty insensitive that I didn't do it on the way I wanted to do it. That was my girl down there when I was at fitness. But so I'm gonna I'm gonna share these points. We just need to set clear intentions early. Because what you choose will become the root system for your next 9 years. I'm asking you don't do that to yourself. I'm just saying that because I refuse. Even though I want the certainty in that, the certainty don't serve me. There's some things that we all certain that, but the thought things to live. Because the one thing I said to somebody, when we talking about when I said, I don't want $1 million. Well, some people said they wouldn't, but if somebody gave it to you, would you turn it down? Just think about that. So rise that up for you. That clarity that you can create, that you can, and that you have that opportunity in yourself to do that. And it says, don't wait for confidence. I mean, you just are. Action creates clarity in this 2026 1 year, and not the other way around. That's what I'm gonna say about it. It's just not. And then you need simplification. So this one energy is going to reward clarity and purpose, not clutter and chaos. And so I'm telling you, I'm tired of that. So I'm trying to clear out stuff. And what I realized that I grew up in the area where quality versus quantity. So it's hard to get rid of stuff that still works. And if I use it, then that's fine. But if it's given to somebody else, it becomes their new and not your old. And that includes what you're holding in your head and what you think about other people. You have to shift that. Like I said, learn how to make yourself happy, that, and have the energy where you attract anybody, whether it be a friend, intimate relation. Well, you can have intimate friends too and not be sexual. So let me just put that out there. But have that type of relationship. You have several, and you got to choose what you have to bring in there to change the energy shift on you. So clarity and purpose, no clutter and chaos. You have a choice. Don't rush it. It's a year. It's a year to start. I've been talking about perfectionism. I will finish up life and education got in there, but there's no such thing as perfectionism or being perfect. It's illusion that we've given ourselves. Yes, I like my skin to be this and this and that, but it ain't perfect. It's got some scars, so I done been through some shit. Okay. So with that being said, the next thing is the trust, the new identity and urges that come. The things that feel called to try are not random. They for us to do. They're invitations. It's like my coaching. The things that I did to do, I just got to do them differently. That's how I'm being guided. And I really do care. Always care. And that means caring, for yourself too, and doing this in this way. So to end right here, just a simple thing here is that 2026 is this universal 1 year, this 9 year cycle. This is the year for identity. It's idea for initiation, for planting seeds for your life. You will live for the next decade, and you need to do it. You have enough red of December to start doing this stuff to go into this year with. If it's something that feels like it's calling you forward, it's not random. This is your year to begin, baby. So make it happen. And that means doing it right now. Let all that other shit go that ain't serving you. And you know it ain't serving you if you're anxious, you run around and doing all this and wondering what this person doing, this person. They're like, no, some people you gotta say, hey, I'll see you later, I'll be around, but I gotta do this for me. So I'm coming with you with an energy that no, Get rid of this shit. I got shit and papers. I got to do other stuff. I might have to scan. I might have to do some things differently, but I'm gonna be asking for some people to help me. Those electronics. Now, I'm not your layperson in it, but I ain't the expert at it either. And I don't even know the expert the way shit changing now. We just learning and growing. So, yep, I'm gonna find somebody that's gonna help me store this stuff on my computer so I can do it. I still like holding stuff in my hands. I'm gonna keep a little stuff. But for the most part, I got junk that gotta go, old fucking papers, old kind of stuff. I got most of rid of it. And then behaviors and energies and do that. Sometimes you're gonna have to choose who you're gonna have to be around because you have a choice to do that and you have a choice to walk away. I'm gonna leave it at that. Get ready for your 1 year and get ready for it now. Peace.
All right, there we go. I also want to say that you also have a personal year too. So, and that makes the 1 year blend with whatever your personal year is too. So, depending on what that personal year is, it can.
But this is a 1 year for me.
But so you have a double reset. You're doubling.
Yes.
For me, it's not that.
Yeah.
So I think it's helpful. And when we say universal, we mean globally. Like globally, this what she's talking about is on a global scale. So when we think of like what has happened in this 9 year that's been all about like systems falling that aren't working, like seeing things. It's like all your skeletons in the closet for the past 9 fucking years, excuse my French, have been taken out and said, here they are. And they're put on the table and you are on trial and accounting for each one of those skeletons that are on the table.
Yeah.
And it's been that type of year.
Need to let them go. Need to let that shit go.
And this is globally. So when you think globally, we're talking about the leaders of the global world. So, gonna leave it there. Thank you for that breakdown. So explore that. Explore what she said, and also see what your personal year is, and you can like just search it online, and it'll tell you that. But I know it's also kind of exciting going into a new cycle too, because the past 9 years have been a lot.
Yeah.
Just globally. And
I want to miss it. Yeah, get out of scarcity. That's how you're gonna get into this 1 year and even look into your abundance and all the things that surround it. Because it ain't about money, it's about everything. It's about you feeling great. It's about you knowing that you can attract and manifest and do those things in this year.
Do it all the time. It's a matter of are you attracting what you want. I was reminded of that today on my 12/12 portal call. It's like this idea that we need to manifest and need to learn about abundance. He's like, you already know how to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's what you've already have done it. It's just getting clear on understanding how you are going about it. I don't think a lot of people understand the how, but there's also power and empowerment in knowing, oh, I can do this because I've already done it. It's just figuring out how to reverse engineer that a little bit, how to make
and do it in a higher capacity. And that's what I have to honor, that we have everything. This whole thing is that we have everything within us already.
Yes.
We just need to tap into it. And like it says, don't hurry. Don't hurry. Don't hurry. There's no need to rush. Build. Don't rush. Build. Don't
rush. You. Yeah. For you, it really is like that for you. For sure. Yeah. Thank you for that. I think that was very insightful. Okay. So now we're going to go into the Q&A section here, which I'm super excited about. We're going to try our best to keep these as brief as possible, given the time, the number of questions. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to answer a question first?
I'll go. Do you want to go back and forth? I'm easy.
We'll do that. Do you want a question that's directed to just you or to both of us?
Okay, I'll go for it. You can hit me. Hit me with your best shot.
For one that's for you specifically?
Yeah.
Is ego death something we should be working on?
No, ego death is more about aligning and setting your ego to be what I like to use as even keel. Just like what I said of coming up in this 1 year, it's about alignment. It's about because the ego is the one that wants to protect us the most, and you can't kill your ego. It's always going to be there. It's about a line. It's about becoming aware of its and when it shows up, to recognize it. Okay, not this here, which also has to do with comfort, what we think about ourselves, and some of it comes from our background, some comes of it from the world. And I like to use limited beliefs because the ego always likes to bring that up to you, or it likes to bring up what happened to you, and like, oh, let's be safe. I'm trying to protect you, but that's not it. There's a time where it needs to. So ego death isn't possible because the ego will always be there with you, and so it'll be something that I'm working on sharing in coaching and a program that I'm putting together that will be talking indefinitely about that. So no, it's just about aware alignment and things of that nature. And the ego can serve as well, long as we are aware of it, not um, having us play small or less than what we truly are.
Hmm. Okay. I like how you explain that. Okay, so I'm going to answer a question that's directed to me.
Okay.
Um, oh wow, I should have read these questions.
Yes.
I am not answering that one. I'm gonna get her good.
You
Um,
funny.
so what? So this is a question that's not submitted by you know who I'm talking about. This was somebody.
Okay.
It
Okay.
says, "What do you mean when you keep saying that we are not broken and nothing is wrong with us when I feel like everything is wrong? I just don't know what to do with that when you say it or what it even means."
Mm.
So it's funny you mentioned that. I wish my notebook was closer. What I mean by that is when I say that you're not broken, that we're not broken, is that when you say that you're broken, that means that there's something innately wrong with you that needs to be fixed. And
Right.
what I have come to realize and see play out, and I think the science is slowly catching up to it. I don't think the science ever will because I don't think the science wants to catch up to this. But
Mhm.
the body's capacity to heal itself. This idea that we're ever at a state of being fully healed is not real. It's not real because we go through a cycle of newness and then things kind of dying off. And our body has the capacity to heal itself and knows how to heal itself and knows how to make adjustments and things of that nature. So when I say that you're not broken, it means that and there's nothing wrong with you. It's your body is responding to whatever may be happening, right? Because you say you feel like everything is wrong. And I do want to honor that that's hard when things do seem wrong. And it's like, but my life is saying it's wrong or I'm feeling things are wrong. There's a misalignment. And so when I say there's nothing wrong with you, you're not broken, it's because I know that you have the power to listen to your body. You have the power to choose and align in a way where you have a much more fulfilling outcome in your life. So you
Yeah.
may feel like things are broken apart. You may feel bruised. Yes, that's part of the human experience. And I think this idea that we can ever escape that is not realistic either. So when you start to understand that things aren't happening, kind of what you were saying earlier, like things aren't And sometimes things are working against you, they just are. It's just once you go through the experience, how can you become empowered by it? How can you be reminded that you have the capacity now to change and do something different? So that's why I will always say that you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you, because you have the power to make different choices and different decisions. Even though you may be feeling like everything is wrong and maybe things are wrong, it's the indication of there's a misalignment in your life.
Yeah.
So it's just rephrasing and not feeling so disempowered by the fact that things are wrong, but seeing that, like, okay, I see the pattern, I recognize the pattern. How did we get here? And start to try doing something different. If it's just one thing, maybe it's just adjusting, like, oh, you know what? There's this good part over here versus seeing everything is wrong. So slowly just kind of shifting and becoming much more empowered in that. So that's what I mean by that statement when I say that. I hope that I have articulated that. Whoever answered that question, if not, if you see this, reach out to me and we can have schedule a consultation with me and we can just literally talk about that. I give you permission to schedule it's like a free consultation to break it down.
Way to go. I mean, you know what? My dear Oracle, that is a very, very not unique question where people feel that way. And that was a great question to have asked, because ain't nothing broken. We whole. We just got to get out of the world, and into us, like you always say. So thanks for sharing that. Yeah,
Look, sometimes things are falling away because they're no longer useful.
that part.
You may, I mean, what's wrong with being broken?
Yeah.
Maybe it's meant to be broken so it breaks away to allow the space for something new to exist. So thank you for whoever answered that question. I think that was a really wonderful, I just want to acknowledge the courage to say, I don't understand what that means.
Yep.
Can you help me explain it? So thank you. So question for you, Warriors. I'll take one that's for both of us. And this is
Yes.
one that came up several times. And it is, what do you both actually do for work? What do we do? When we talk about reach out to us, what do we do? Do you want me to go first? Or do you
Sure.
want
You can go first.
I knew she was going to say that. So what I do for work is I help support people who are challenged in understanding or feeling safe in expressing their feelings and recognizing the patterns that these feelings are demonstrating. I help people identify, kind of going back to that question that I just answered, actually. I help people identify the misalignments, where where they're aligning in their life that they identify that they're not happy with, and really sitting and holding the space and helping them get clear in what it is that they really want to have that's different than that current experience. So I do that through reading people's energy, through their feelings, their expressions. I help people with their skin health. I help people with their gut health. So I don't know that I've ever said this. So I am actually an esthetician. I've been an esthetician for like a really long time. I don't need 15 years now or something like that, maybe longer. So I'm an esthetician by trade. I'm also internationally certified. So I could literally go work over in Europe and rock out and probably make a ton of money, but that's just not my life path. So I'm an esthetician by trade, and I'm also an integrative nutrition coach or practitioner. And so even as an esthetician, it's much more holistic. I understand that I can topically, the body is expressing what's going internally. So that's how I approach it. And then I have kind of evolved into doing energy healing, understanding that feelings have a correlation to your stress and your overall fulfillment in your life. So I help people get really clear on the messaging clear on the patterns and them getting clear on what it is that they actually want to experience in their life that's different than their current experience. So that's me in a nutshell.
Hey.
Did I leave anything out?
No, you good. You got it all in there. Boy, time sure
sleep a
flies.
lot. I sleep and I like to cook and eat snacks. And I share that online.
I bake German chocolate cakes.
No, but I
But
don't
not
do
on the
that.
regular. But not on the regular.
That's not what I actually do for work. That's more personal.
Yeah.
What do you do for work? What do you actually do for work?
Ooh, oh wow. I have such a diverse background and for the cross of my mother, I've been doing a lot of things. So what I do, I'm a spiritual alchemist coach, or also ego alchemist coach, which focuses on the ego. Um, and helping you shift internal narratives within you so you don't go back. Because alchemy is all about, because the example I like to use, because I love diamonds, is once a diamond's formed, it can never go back to its original state because of the pressure. And so once you do the internal work that you can do, as hard as it may seem, as hard as it may be feel, it'll be worth it, because you, if you like diamonds and you like the clarity and the shine and the cut, that's what I do for you. Make you shine like a diamond, baby. So about taking those things and alchemize them in a way that you be like, wow, who was I yesterday?
Okay. Okay. All right. Next question for you specifically, for you only, is I'm gonna go with this one, kind of looking at the time. What was it like working with Iyanla Vanzant? And can you provide context around what that even, like, why that question is there? How have you worked with her? And what was
Um,
with her? That's,
man,
do you need some
uh,
think on that one?
I can. I've always, like they said, timing is everything, and so I have always seek to have wanted to been in contact because I understood her. And as a young person, it would have been great to have been in contact. So working with her has been amazing. She is brilliant, kind, and she can pick up on your shit just like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Having and she just gets straight to the point, but she's so loving in doing it. Getting to hang out with her, she likes to have fun. I was in direct proximity with her a year and a half ago with some other warrior peeps and some of our other ones for a couple of courses and classes that she has intently done for these last several years, and it's just amazing. She can fucking hula hoop better than me. I can't do that shit at all.
Not surprised that she can hula hoop too.
I was like, oh, I couldn't even represent, man. It was messed up. But
I just want to say, I love the fact that y'all were hula hooping. That just goes to show you, like,
yeah, I didn't really know I couldn't hula hoop no more. Because my moves are different. So it's like, I'm like, I can't help. I got dance moves, but the hula hoop don't like them moves. It likes a different flow. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it has been a great honor, and definitely my ancestors definitely had a lot to do with it. I'd have to say my desire and calling upon her, not knowing that it would visualize in such the dynamic way it did, to have been educated, to speak with her, to hug her. And she don't hug everybody, trust and believe that. She hugged a few of us. And fixing 2021 was a blessing. She pulled us warriors aside for a hot second. And she didn't want to try to, like, make it special, but I mean, I feel special here because I am. Am I all right? But
okay.
but we all are special. We just need to own it. We just
Right.
need to own it and start letting the world decipher decipher it for us, or for you, and for us. And for me, been there, know that. And I am undomesticating myself from this freaking world. So, and doing so will continue to do so. It's the reason why I share what I share. If you get in and on my IG, the Facebook, I think I would definitely be starting my channel along with kicking it with this here child over here. It's a girl right there. So, oh yeah, what you mean? You turned your
Oh,
head?
me?
Really? But
No,
yeah, I'm talking about what you talking about. So, thank you for that question. I think I mentioned a little bit about the other question and what my former careers, and I've had several. So I intertwine everything that I've learned into what I am doing to make, to just touch you in a way that just
well,
better than I have in my life. So I'm
I know that
grateful.
question. I know. So we kind of went over. I told her what her questions were. I didn't really look at mine because I know she, just out of respect. Um, so our intention is to do these lives. We'll kind of figure out the timing of them.
Yeah,
Um,
make them short, sweet, and quick for you, I presume.
but we'll come back to that question because I feel like that could be like maybe we can do an episode
Another video.
who
Yeah,
we get
episode
to
4.
know each other because you were talking about careers and I just explained what I did for work and I didn't even talk about the other things that I did for work at one time.
Yeah, that part. Yeah,
So it didn't
I have
involve
more than I have several,
okay.
but I
It
spent
wasn't a
years.
poll, but nothing wrong with a poll.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
It
so
made us. It had a lot to do with who we are today, who we become, and how we be. We just
yeah,
don't fit in nature
yeah. So we'll put a pin in that for later. That
because
particular
of what's going on in the world. I really want to answer that one.
I feel like that one deserves its own space because I
Yeah.
really am not sure that this is gonna get saved.
Okay.
And I want to be sure that I capture what you say. So we'll put a pin in that, and also there's questions on here that I didn't get to as well. So we'll do like a Q&A in the new year
Yeah.
episode because I think I really feel like next year is going to be yes, it's going to be intense and I want to help provide a bit of not always discussing such heavy topics. I think we need
Yeah.
more joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um more cultivated joy. So
You
the
definitely do.
so I'm going to leave with this so we'll have this last question here. And it's for both of us to answer. And the question is, how has the other changed or triggered you this past year unexpectedly?
One, by doing this, um, and
Yeah.
some, just to raise the bar. To raise the bar. I'm raising bars, but sometimes we need other people to raise the bar and let us kind of just step out. We all need that push. We all need that uplift and that. And yeah, I am ready to let y'all know the love and the joy that's within you, to raise it to another level that you've never seen or never known. And and have fun in the process while you're doing it, because it's going to be rough and tough. And after you have to look at yourself a little bit, then you can go turn on some music. That's kind of what I do. But she's done a lot to have me go even deeper than we did in our spiritual warrior when we do shadow work and things of that nature. Inner child work is deep. Everybody should do it. And some other things of that nature to let me see, because my ego is heavy as hell. Okay, ain't that right? So yeah, but we lighten her up. So
You telling
uh,
on yourself. I'm not telling on you, so we're good.
I already did. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you big time here. Yeah.
the truth be the truth, but I've caught it because of the work that I've done in my past, I've always been able to kind of lighten it, but I also understand that I have to allow myself to understand that I am human, and to be okay with that part, because I really didn't think I was.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
because I
Um,
had because I had to not
that
be.
triggered you any other in any way other than challenging you?
I'm trying not to get triggered. Yeah, she can get under my head, get up under my skin. Uh,
This is the first time I'm hearing this. What? You choose this platform to share that?
it ain't a bad get under the skin.
Oh my
It's
god.
a like, nah, stop messing with me under my skin.
No. I mean, that's valid. I think there's moments where you have challenged me and triggered me at the same time to be more patient. Like me recognizing the need for patience, to not always be like, okay, let's get this done so I can go rest, is usually why I'm like trying to move through things.
Yeah, because I have patience.
But I think I agree with you. The challenge was doing this channel. I didn't want to do this channel because I think when I told you, I was like looking down, like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, so I'm being like, Spirit told me that me and you are meant to do this,
Yeah.
and you can't say no. You have to say yes. And it's been a challenge because I am very much a lone wolf. I've always have done stuff on my own because, for many reasons. A lot of it goes back to like the abandonment challenges that I had growing up, and like, what, if I don't have to depend on people, then they won't abandon me. And so it's been a challenge, and it's also been triggering in a good way. Um and you've been safe to be triggered in that way. Like I know that you would never do that intentionally. So
Yeah.
it has been very challenging doing this channel again because I'm very much a lone wolf, and I have like my own things that I'm doing. But I've also realized the need and the value for community, and to having different perspectives that can hold the space to discuss different topics, and just be the love and the light, because we're
Help
both
me to
of
open
us are part of the love tribe, and
yeah, the word.
we have different ways that we move throughout the war, the spiritual war that's going on.
Yeah.
So I just really appreciate you. I really, really do.
You helped me open up a lot and speak. And one of my friends said I had shared with her what I hadn't done because I felt a certain way about sharing, just the life that I lived in. And people need to know what's possible in the world. And so, regardless of what you go through, you can still stand and you can still shine. It won't be that you won't go through nothing. It's about all how you handle it in the moment.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So we've come to the end. I know I think someone joined. Anyone new has joined, say hello in the chat as we close out here. I want to pull an oracle card for you, my dear. And if anyone's watching and they want me to pull an oracle card, I'll do that as we close out. But I want to pull an oracle card for you. And when it comes to the energy of the year ahead, are you game?
Right. I'm open.
I'm always putting you out of your comfort zone.
Yes, you are.
So you get to choose.
That's the trigger part too.
I know, sorry. I know I can be a lot in that way. Um, number 1 through 6. You pick
Oh
your number
wow.
that I pull from.
1 through 6. Oh freaking 7.
I said 1 through 6.
Oh, You did, didn't you?
Gosh.
That was good. I really want 7.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh my God.
Woo! Oh my. Oh my. I guess I'll go with 1. It's been showing up a lot. It has 2 since 7. Ain't gonna work.
Okay. So we're pulling
Oh,
from
wow.
the Guardian Angel tarot deck, actually.
Okay. Do we have somebody here? Where they at? I want to see you.
Well, they have to say hello if they want to. Some people may not want to say hello. Okay, so we're gonna read an overall. Oh,
We definitely over time.
you always get. Look at all these cards. I'm supposed to get 1.
Let me tell you something. You have to read. DVG already said, well, already know my spirit likes more.
Okay, so I need you to pick card 1 through 6.
I
Which
did.
card?
I already said 1 since I can't do 7.
Okay. And I'll tell you your cards because I know you can be like, I want to know what the other one said when we get off. So you have the High Priestess, and this is all about the 2 energy. This is
okay, because I was gonna say 2. So that's all it worked out.
So for you, the overall energy, the message for you for now and moving into the new year is to trust your intuition. Girl, we have been having this conversation. There's a need to really trust your intuition, especially this year, because you are elevating in such a way. Because when I look at this card, right, there's something that you've been given this directive that only you will understand. And you need to trust your intuition and have patience at this time.
Okay, patience. Okay. Yeah, I've been a little impatient, and I'm a patient.
I feel like I just need to go ahead and give you the full reading. Girl.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll give it to you offline. All right. So in case this saves, I want to do a 3-card pull for those of you that may be watching the replay. If you want a reading, say a reading and select your deck 1 through 7. 1 through 7. Now you got me saying 7. 1 through 6, and I'll pull a card for you based on the deck that you choose. You still have time. So what I want to do is I want you to think of the messages that you need. So I am pulling from the notes from the universe on love and connection. I'm pulling from this deck. So there's like this, it'll be a message. So 1 through 3. So 1, 2, or 3. You to tune in. This is for those watching. 1, 2. So for you will be 2. Okay, 1, 2, or 3. All right, I'm gonna go with card number 1. So those of you that chose card number 1, the message is if they once loved you, they still do. It says thanks for every single time you ever fell in love, whether or not it was obvious, whether or not it lasted, and whether or not you were loved back. It changed everything. Actually, you're always loved back. The changer of the universe. I feel like I'm also getting a message for those of you like that probably chose this. You're feeling a bit challenged because we have Saturn here in this card. You feel a bit challenged in love. And the reminder is, how can you see those challenges or those experiences that you had in a way that reminds you that you get to change how people love you. I'll leave that there. Group number 2. This is your card, my dear. And the card says you have more options than you realize. It sure is hard to get really angry at someone when you can think of all the reasons you love them. This is saying, how can you choose to find the love and the challenge in someone else?
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
really speaks of conflict in relationships.
Confirmation of something. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I got something I have to do. I already know.
All right. So we have card number 3 for those that close card number 3. And it says, the message for you all is, you glow, we beam, thanks. And in case anyone should ask, your heart isn't so large because of your wings. It's your wings that are so large because of your heart.
Yeah.
Sometimes loving so much can be pretty heavy. Thanks for all you've shared, the universe. So I sense this is, I just keep getting like no love lost. You always really come from a place of unconditional love. It's always you, and it goes back to card number 1 too. Like, you always get what you need. If you love someone unconditionally, you'll get what you need. And don't let other people dim your light because they tell you you're too much. You love too hard, or you, that's no such thing. Unconditionally, there's no such thing as too much.
Ooh, that came up in something else recently. Yeah. I'm just enough, baby.
So we've gone over, but before we go, I want to shout out Warrioress Ardeshir A'ren. She actually has an amazing webinar that's coming up on
the 18th.
The 18th, which is next Thursday. At what time? That's
7 o'clock.
7 to 8. So it's a 60-minute webinar. It's very interactive. It's talking about grief. Is there anything else you want to say in terms of this webinar?
I think that everybody during this time, and it came up in something that I was reading, even on the book, where somebody mentioned that they were feeling grieving. And this is the time, where we're missing people that no longer are with us and things of that nature, to kind of have you find out what stage you're in and how to move gracefully in defining your way through the grief in a really kind and loving way to yourself, and share the joy that I know now with my people, even though they're not in body anymore. They're very present.
So one thing I do want to say about the webinar is that it's free to register.
Yes.
It's free to register. It's interactive. What else?
It will be.
Something else that's really good about it. And interactive, when you say interactive, what does that mean?
Interactive means that I'll be sharing some things with you. I'll have you interact. We'll be doing some work where you can get to write for yourself. I will see some journaling, some other things. You'll get to ask some questions as well. To me, yeah, just gonna make it a good time, because grief doesn't necessarily have to be sad. It can be a combination of joy and sadness all at the same time.
All right. So we'll leave a link under this video, or we'll put it in the community.
Oh, yeah, let me say something else. And to understand what stage you're in, I think can help you as well. And that's very important to know that, and to grow through the different stages, because we go through them, and honor them and know them, and then to be able to get to a certain point, such as myself, because I've endured a lot of loss since I moved back home. Endured loss for that, and it can provide a lot of insight and knowledge and things for you, so you can walk, in a more loving way, especially to yourself and with yourself. That's it.
All right. Well, we'll put the link in the community tab. If you follow us on Instagram, I will put a post up of with the flyer for the grief webinar, so you can register. The link will be in there on Instagram. You can follow her on her Instagram page as well.
Warrioress Ardeshir A'ren. Yep.
Okay. And do you have a post on there for?
I do. I do. I had the post for the day, and the one coming up on the 18th is on my page.
Okay. So this is the last time that we'll be in this alchemist and oracle space, like you and me.
2025.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. This year's gone by really, really fast. Is there anything you want to say? Like,
well, if y'all stayed through this whole thing, and thank you if you did, and hopefully it's been giving you some aha moments, some inspiration to get down to it for you, because it's all about you. And to thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for watching the shorts. I know our time is busy. I do ask you to slow down and just come into you and enjoy you with you. And just understand, even though time is moving fast, doesn't mean that we have to, you know. So just thank you for the love. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for coming here. And like I said, if there's anything that you want to know, share, or get something on, just holler, just hit us up. And we truly appreciate it. And I ask you to share it with others. You know, you just never know by your sharing who you might touch. And it also touches us. Thank you.
okay. Thank you for that. I don't know that I can add to what you said. Other than that, I will say the intention, like, thank you for answering the call to do something that you didn't want to do, that I didn't want to do, for showing up in the spaces of life, kind of like being really crazy this year. Stepping out of your comfort zone. I know this was really hard for you, and I hope that you see like the growth of you just being comfortable, and then you talking about topics. I'm like, oh my gosh, I felt like your mama, like crying, like, oh my god, my baby. And also pushing me to talk about things that I never would have ever thought that people wanted to hear commentary or be in conversation about as well. So next year is going to look very different. I think we're going to be much more intentional in our channel. We're just showing up and doing it as messy and just present as we could. Yeah. So thank you all for being a part of this really interesting first year of The Alchemist and the Oracle. I think next year is going to be wild and even more expansive. So those of you that were part of the beginning, we just deeply thank you. We thank those silent watchers who watch but never comment, but watch the videos. I also thank the ones that send me an email talking about all the highlights of the episodes. Thank you. You know who you are. So we look forward to continuing the conversations into 2026, and we're always here to support you as best as we can. And if you have questions, ask the question. No matter what, ask the question. We're always happy to answer. Have any topics you want us to talk about? Let us know. I'll probably create a post on the community page. If you are watching this and you have not subscribed to the channel.
Yeah, they said a closed mouth don't get fed.
What are you doing? Subscribe. It's free. It's free to do. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification, because next year we are going to take this to another level, because our lives are elevating in on a big, epic scale.
Yes, I'll be speaking too publicly, so that's gonna be awesome too.
Yay. Happening. All right. Thank you. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. And we look forward to seeing you next year, and we hope to see you next year as well.
Yes, happy 2026 to everybody and to all your family. We appreciate you.
Thanks to those watching. We really appreciate you.